we're going to be doing a psoas release. Now the psoas plays a huge role in the mechanics of our low back and our hips. Often when we've been sitting for a long period of time, whether driving or at work, or we've been experiencing stress in our lives, our psoas will tend to be more taut and contracted. What happens is that now the whole mechanics of our lower body becomes affected. So our psoas connects at our 5 lumbar vertebrae, and it also connects to our pelvis. It plays a huge role in hip flexion. It plays a huge role in lateral tilting of the pelvis, so going from side to side, and also rotation of our hips. So when our psoas is very tight, it causes a change in how our pelvis actually moves. So oftentimes it will be rotated forward. When our pelvis is rotated forward, now again our low back has to compensate, and we often see an increased curve in that low back, which tends to put more pressure on all the structures in that area, which over time tends to lead to low back pain. Now, this is why it's absolutely essential to release the psoas, especially if you've been experiencing any of the things I mentioned, such as sitting for a long period of time or stress. When we release the psoas, we allow for everything to move more fluidly in that area. We take the pressure off the low back to compensate for the tension that is going on in our hips and our pelvis. So that's why it's absolutely essential to release this area, especially if you've been noticing some tension in the hips or tension in the low back, or just feel like you're very tight within your hips and low back area. So for this, we're going to get back into a position of laying down. So once you get in that position of laying on the floor, you're going to again have your knees bent, feet on the floor. And now we're going to start with that arch and flatten just like we did in the last video. So again, now we're connecting movements. So let's start out with just one round of arch and flatten. So again, inhaling through the nose as you arch your low back, rolling your pelvis forward. And then exhale as you flatten, slowly rounding. And then exhale as you flatten, slowly rolling the pelvis back. Now we're going to do another arch, but now we're going to change the sequence from here on out to allow for a release within the psoas. So again, arching, inhaling. Release your breath as you roll back and flatten your back. Now in that flattened back position, what I want you to do is you're going to extend your right leg while holding the flattened back position. And this is an active extension. It's almost like you're trying to push your foot towards the opposite wall or wherever you are, trying to push it away from your body. Inhale while maintaining this flattened position. And then as you exhale, you're going to allow the leg to come back up into neutral position. And pause. Again, just notice what you feel in your body. We're going to do that again. So arch and inhale. Exhale and flatten. While you hold the flattened position, you're going to inhale and extend the leg. Again, active extension, really allowing the leg to lengthen away from you. And then exhale and bring back. And then pause. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So arch and inhale. Exhale and flatten. Inhale and extend the left leg while you maintain the flattened position. Exhale and bring back in. And pause. Going through that routine again. So inhale and arch. Exhale and flatten. While maintaining the flattened position, inhale and extend the left leg. Active extension, hold. Exhale and bring back in, allowing to glide on the floor. And pause. Now this next one is going to be very much like what we just did, but I'm going to modify it because the psoas is responsible for this external rotation of our hip. So we're just going to do a modified version of this so that way you can engage it differently, so that way it can also release other areas of that psoas. So this next one we're going to do is going to be very similar to what we just did, but now we're going to modify it with the extensions. We're actually going to allow the leg to drop out and then extend out this way and allowing it to glide on the floor. This allows it to release that psoas in a different way because it's more of a rotator, an external rotator. So changing the position allows that psoas to release further. So we're going to go through the same routine, but now rotating the leg outward. So again, allowing the knee to come out to the side. Okay. So again, inhale and arch. Exhale and flatten. Maintain the flatten. Allow the knee to rotate out. Inhale and extend, active extension. Exhale and bring back in. Slow glide in. Coming back to neutral position and pause. We're going to do one more time. Inhale and arch. Exhale and flatten. Maintain the flatten. Inhale, allow the knee to drop out. Active extension. Hold. Exhale, slowly bring back in. Back to neutral position and pause. Again, just take that moment each time you pause to notice any sensations you feel throughout your body. Notice how anything feels different, how you feel maybe a release in tension in some areas, how maybe some areas still feel tight. Just notice. Those moments of pause are so important for allowing you to get in tune with your body. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So again, arch and inhale. Exhale and flatten. Allow the left hip to rotate outward. Inhale. Active extension while you maintain the flattened low back. Exhale, glide along the floor. Let it come back. Back to neutral position. Take a moment of pause. We do that again. Arch and inhale. Exhale and flatten. Inhale, allow the left leg to rotate out. Glide and extend. Exhale, glide back in. Back into a neutral position. And pause. Again, like all these exercises, feel free to go through these as many times as you feel your body needs. This is really about tuning into yourself. We all experience different sensations and we all have different needs. So I want you to really tune into yourself, know what you need, and you'll be able to get a better understanding of this as you go through the course. Oftentimes we're so disconnected from ourselves, we don't even know what we need. And we often rely on other things telling us how we feel or what we need. It's time to tune back into yourself. Listen to your body, connect with yourself. And if you need to go through these a few more times, take that moment to do that. I'll see you in the next video.